Did you know 59% of hiring managers prefer online portfolio over resume? These days, having a good portfolio isn't just a nice idea, it's a must-have. It helps to showcase your work, get clients, and stand out. And in 2025, when the competition is tougher than ever, a great portfolio website can make all the difference. In this video, I will show you how to create a stunning and professional one-page portfolio website without any coding. We will be using Elementor Page Builder and free extra Elementor add-ons. So let's get started. I will be designing a graphic designer portfolio, but whether you are a writer, photographer, illustrator, or in any other profession, you can follow these steps to create your own. No previous web design experience needed. Let me show you what we will create. We will start with a header featuring your site logo, menu, social icons, and compelling CTA buttons. Then we will dive into an About section with stylish heading and button widgets. A work section showcasing your projects with a portfolio widget, and a testimonial section to highlight client reviews. Finally, a contact section to complete your site. Let's bring your portfolio to life. First, let's create a new page. Go to your dashboard, scroll down to Pages and click on Add New. Enter a title for the page since we are creating a designer portfolio, so naming it accordingly. Then click on Edit with Elementor to open the Elementor editor. Let's start by creating the header section. Click the plus icon to add a container. You can choose between Flexbox or Grid depending on your layout needs. If you want a more flexible layout, go with Flexbox. If you need a structured, then go for Grid. I'll be using a Flexbox. Next, select the Flexbox structure, choosing this one with 3-column structure. Let's adjust some settings. For the container background, you have cool options, classic, image, gradient, video or slideshow. I'm going with a classic black color. With 100 VVH so the container can take up full height of the viewport, justifying content center. Now dropping widgets in it. Let's start by searching for the Expro site logo and placing it here. This is how it looks by default. Oh, its color is black so you can't see it, but don't worry, you will see it soon. In the Content tab under the General section, you will find two options. Default uses the site logo we've set, while Custom lets you choose a different image from the media library or you can upload from your desktop. I will select an image from the media library. Next is the image resolution, setting it to full. In the link drop-down menu, you can add a URL if you want the logo to link somewhere. Just paste the URL in the custom URL field. If you prefer not to link the logo, select default, like I did. Now let's move on to the styling tab. In the general setting, adjust the logo width to 90 pixels, leaving the remaining settings as they are. Don't forget, all the widgets I am using have detailed tutorials on our channel and the links are mentioned in the description box, so be sure to check them out. With the logo set, let's add the horizontal menu by Expro. It will fetch the menu automatically. Let me change the menu color from its styling tab. Now it is visible. Let's leave it as it is for now, since I need to create sections first for you to see how it works actually. Now let's add a free button by Expro. It lets you create interactive buttons that are meant to be clicked by website visitors. I'm going to use it in a little unconventional way. I will use it to show designers availability. In the General tab of the Content section, deleting the default click here text and entering available. And say you are busy, just change the text to unavailable. Link this button to your contact page or another relevant page by typing and selecting it. I am leaving it unlinked for now since it is just to show the active status. In the alignment, align it either left, center or right. I like the left alignment, it looks neat this way. You have got the freedom to upload an SVG or select an icon or upload none. You can select icon from this vast icon library. Let's insert this one. Cool. Next is the icon position, where you can position the icon after or before the text. Going for the before position. Moving forward to the styling tab, where I will change only some styling as it doesn't need much. The default width looks alright, so not changing it. In the typography, you can choose the font for the text. I am selecting Roboto, but feel free to choose any font you like. Resize the text as needed from this size slide bar. Let's adjust the thickness of the text from this weight option. I like 5 nit pixels, it's neither too bold nor light, keeping the remaining settings as they are. Next, the text color. Select the color for the text from this color option. This color stands out well with the background. Moreover, green is usually used for the availability. Then we have the background color, where you can either go for classic or gradient. I don't want any background, so dragging the slide bar to full transparency. I want the icon to match the text color, so clicking on the icon color and setting it to green. Perfect. The button is done. Now let's add social icons for the portfolio that smoothly showcases your social media presence by linking the icons to your social media accounts. I want the social icons next to the button, so changing the container direction. Horizontal. Perfect. Let's adjust the container width so that all widgets come in nicely. The total width should be 100 pixels. 35 to the left and right column. And 30 to the center. Now it looks alright. Back to the social icons, let's customize them. Click on the field to edit. I'm removing the Facebook icon and uploading an SVG for dribble. Quickly customizing the remaining icons. I will set the background to transparent by dragging the slide bar to full transparency in the background styling tab. I need another section for header, so adding one with its direction down this time. In the background, I am going with image this time, but pick what suits your style. Setting the container height to 100 VH. Justifying the content center. Now in the styling tab, image resolution full. In the position settings, you have multiple options. I like center for a balanced look. For attachment, select scroll if you want the image to move along the content, and if you don't want to, go for fixed. Under repeat, selecting no repeat. I don't want my image to repeat. In the display size, set the image size. Cover fill the container perfectly. It's easy till now, right? Container is set. Now dropping some widgets. Now time for a nice introductory heading. Here we have title before, center and after. Title before and after isn't visible because of the color similar to background. Center title is visible as you can style the center title with different colors and fonts or even add GIF on it. Let's edit it. In the title before, crafting. Title center, useful experience. And in the title after for digital products. Crafting useful experience for digital products. In the HTML tag, it is set to H2. I am changing it to H1 since it is our main heading, making it more important for search engines. Aligning the heading to the center. In the styling tab, selecting Roboto font, resizing it to 70, 80 pixels and setting the weight to 600 for a bold look. The colors for before and after will be white. For the center title, changing the color to blue. And that's it. The heading needs a bit of margins. For that, we have to go to the advanced tab. It needs margin from the left and right, so unlinking it, adding 100 to the left and right. The heading looks great now. A brief description, text editor, it is by Elementor. Now pasting the description. Alignment left, text color white, font same as heading, Roboto, size to 19, weight lighter than the heading, 400. So it needs a bit margins, unlinking it from here. 100, 250 to the left and right. Finally, let's add a button to the header, changing the button text to Let's Talk. I will link this button with the contact section later. Setting the icon to none. Setting the button background color. Yeah, this color matches the heading color. I need the button at the center, so changing its alignment to center. In the General tab of the Content section, in the border, you can add multiple borders around the button with just a click. No fancy designer or money needed. I like the solid. Let's increase the border thickness from this border width option. 2 from all sides. Border color is same as background. Then there is border radius to make your edges softer. For fully rounded, go for 30 or 50. I'm going for 30. Then padding, that is the distance between the empty spaces. It needs different padding, so unlinking it. 15 to the top. And 15 to the bottom, 50 to the left and 50 to the right. Up next, hover, that indicates the active status of button. This widget lets you style like a pro. Text color white, background color full transparent. Let's see. Wow. The header section looks great. Now let's dive into creating the About section. First, click on the plus icon and choose Flexbox. This will give us the layout we need. We'll start with a text editor. For the top, let's add a friendly greeting. Nice to meet you. For the color, picking a warm shade of gray. Setting the font to Poppins, a popular choice for modern design. Adjusting the font size to 19 pixels. And setting the weight to 400 to keep it clean and approachable. Let's move on by adding another container. This time we will use a 2-column layout. Now we're going to adjust the layout a bit. Since the left column will have more content than the right, let's adjust their widths. Setting the left column to 60% and the right to 40. Just make sure that the total width of both columns add up to 100% for a balanced look. First, we need to set up a text editor for the paragraph. So dropping another text editor, entering the text, setting the text color to black. Feel free to style as you like. For the typography, using pop-ins with a font size of 30 pixels. Weight 400 to keep it clear and professional. In the second column, let's add details about the design process involved in creating masterpieces. This will give viewer insight into how you craft exceptional designs. Text color shade of gray. In the typography, font enter. Size 20. Weight 400. Now let's add a button to add a finishing touch. This will show you just how versatile this widget can be. In the text field, typing about me since it is an about section. Alignment center. For typography, keeping things consistent with the description. Font enter, size 20 and weight of 400. Switching to normal mode, we will leave the text color unchanged. For the background, selecting the classic black color to make the button stand out. Leaving the border set to default for a clean look. To create a fully rounded button, setting the border radius to 100 pixels on all sides. Next, adjusting the padding. Unlinking the padding value since it needs to be adjusted separately. Setting 90, 85 pixels from the top and bottom, and 50 for the left and right. And there you have it, a stylish button that perfectly complements the rest of your about section. Don't you think the button and text are too close to each other? Let's add some space between them. Click on this container icon and in the Advanced tab, it's in the Layout tab, there you will see this gap option. Adding 100 to both sides to create a gap. Perfect! To impress visitors, clearly showcase your achievements and expertise in your portfolio. This highlights why you are the best choice. So let's first add a section for the achievements, adding a container with 4-column layout since I have 4 achievements to display. You are getting the hang of it, right? Now let's search for the X-Pro Counter widget. Counters are a fantastic way to showcase your progress or stats. With this widget, you can present information quickly and attractively using animations, special characters, or badges to make your data stand out. Let's change the container's color to black. It creates a nice contrast with white. Now let's quickly customize the counter widget. First, go to the General tab and set the counter value to 400 with a plus symbol. For the title, entering projects completed. Alignment center. Now let's jump to the Styling tab. Choosing Roboto as the font for a clean look. Setting the size to 60, increasing to 64. A little larger for better visibility. Using a weight of 500, it's perfectly balanced, neither too bold nor too light. Setting the counter value color to white. And doing the same for the title. In the title's typography, font Roboto. Size 20, 40, 30 cool. Great, now to save time, I'm going to copy and paste this counter, just updating the value and title for each new instance. And you are all set. Next, let's adjust the container. There's not much space between the widget and the container edges, so we will add some padding. Go to the Advanced tab of Container and add 100 pixels to the top and 100 to the bottom. Perfect. Now it's time for the expertise. Adding a container. Let's give it margin from the top in the container's advanced setting. Let's add a heading for the expertise, deleting title center and after. Alignment left. Font Roboto. Size 80 pixels. Weight 500. 600, a bit bolder since it is a heading. Adding text editor for description. Alignment justified. I don't want the container to be this stretched out, so let's pull this container. Now it looks alright. Color something warm. In the typography, selecting Enter as a font. Size 25. No, 26. Weight 400 seems fine. Now container for the skills. Selecting this container. Let's drop the heading widget for the title. User experience design. Alignment, selecting left. In the typography, selecting Roboto. Size 30, 32. Weight 600. Now switching to the right column. Text editor for the skills description. Text color something warm. In the typography, font Enter. Size 20. Weight 400. Now let's add the taxonomy to showcase your skills categories. This feature will help you create a dynamic list of posts by sorting formats, categories, tags, and more. In the General tab layout, you can go for horizontal, vertical, or inline. The source, selecting product categories. You will see a list of all skills, but we only want to display certain ones. To exclude skills you don't want to show, just use the exclude option. Select or enter the skills you wish to remove and you are good to go. Let me change the text color to something visible. Black it is. Disabling this show count that you can see over here. So that's it from the general. In the styling tab, selecting left alignment, in the typography, font, enter. Size 2018. Weight 400. Changing the text color to black for clear visibility. We will keep the background transparent by sliding to full transparency. In the border type, going with solid, increasing the border width to 1 pixels all around for subtle outline. For the border color, picking a soft gray. Add a touch of elegance by setting the border radius to 50 pixels for rounded edges. And that's it. To save time, just copy this entire container and paste it wherever you need. I'm going to paste it for 2 times. Now let's quickly get this done. User interface design. Adding description. I missed the second container. With that, we are done with the expertise section. Let's take a moment to review what we have created so far. Everything is looking great. Now let's add some margins to the expertise container to give them a bit of spacing. I'm setting a top margins of 50 pixels for a nice separation. Next up is the work section. A portfolio isn't complete without showcasing your work. Let's add a new container. Setting the top margin to 100 pixels for spacing in the advanced tab. Need spacing within the container as well, so in the padding, adding 100 to the top and bottom. This time, choosing a black background to make things pop. Searching for heading and dropping it. For heading, typing recent work. Alignment left. Oh, the text isn't visible. Changing it to white to stand out against the black background. Setting the font to Roboto. Size 100 pixels. Weight 500. Adding a text editor for a brief description. Setting the text color to white. Font enter, size 20, weight 400. For showcasing your work, we will use the free Simple Portfolio by Xpro. This widget lets you design stunning portfolios with filtering options to organize your projects. Plus, you can preview your work in various pop-up layouts. In the Portfolio section of the Content tab, you will find the item fields where we will add our content. Click on the item field to get access to the editing options. The filter name field, entering recent work to better reflect the content. Next, toggle the switch to yes if you want this filter to display recent work by default. If no, set it to no. For the featured image option, upload an image from your desktop or select one from the media library to present your portfolio item. I'm inserting an image from the library. If you want to give it title and description, enter here. I don't want any, so deleting it. In the preview link field, paste the URL you want to display. For example, I'm going to paste the web copy link of the portfolio widget by Xpro. It's worth checking out. Simply replace this with your own work or content for the preview link. Now let's quickly get the items sorted. I need 5 more items in the recent work filter. To do this, duplicate the existing field by clicking the duplicate icon, updating the featured images and ensure they are included in the default filter. I only need one more filter menu, so let's go ahead and delete this third one. For the remaining filter items, changing the name of second filter to case studies to fit what I want to showcase. Switching the case studies filter menu to view the added items. Updating the featured images as needed. Need 5 more, so duplicating it. The item's height needs to be adjusted, so jumping on to the advanced section and changing the height to 400, 450, I don't need this all option, so switching it off from the filter drop-down menu. The all filter displays all the items. Moving forward to the styling tab, in the alignment, center works well. I want to style the filter a bit. In the typography, selecting pop-ins as font. Let's play with the colors. Here the normal option is for case studies, while the active option is for recent work. Since we have selected recent work to work as an active filter menu by default, hover shows color when you hover your mouse over a particular menu item. First explore the normal, text color white, background color black, in the border type dashed. Increasing the thickness to 2 from all sides in the border width option. Border color, this with some transparency. Want rounded edges, so 50 from all sides in the border radius option. Next, the item padding, unlinking it to adjust it separately. 50, 10 to the top and bottom, 20 to the left and right. Now on to active options. Let's style it different from the other one. Text color black. Now the background color. Perfect. We have nailed the recent brick section. Let's add some credibility to the site with a powerful testimonial section. In the container, margins from the top 100 pixels, background color white this time. Heading for the title, deleting after and center title, entering testimonials in the before title, alignment left. In typography, Roboto for font, size 100, no 80. Weight something bold. Text color. Now let's add a text editor for a brief description. Content justified. Text color something warm and inviting. In typography, font enter as usual for description. Size 25, 26. Weight 400. Let's add another container to display 3 testimonials. I need 3 columns with the same size, so we're adding one from here. Duplicating it. Adjusting the margins to 100. So I want them side by side, so changing the direction. Awesome. Now searching for the free Explore Testimonial widget and dropping it. You have multiple layout styles options in the layout drop-down menu. I like the 6th layout. For the image resolution, selecting full to ensure clear, high-quality images. Entering the name and testimonial in the description. Oh, the designation as well. Alignment left. I don't want to display any ratings, so selecting none in the rating option. I don't want any background as well, so jumping to the content section in the styling tab. Dragging the slide bar to full transparency. Now the typography for the name. In the font, selecting enter. Size 18, 16. Weight 500, neither too bold nor light. Text color black. Need margins from the top, 50 it is. Now the designation, color black. Same font, enter. Text size 60, weight 400. Margins from the top, 20, 10. Are you guys enjoying designing this with me? Now the description, color black, typography for description. Font enter. Size 16, weight 400. Let's give the testimonial a softer touch by making the edges softer. For this, go to the Advanced tab. Here you will find a border section with the same styling options available in the Styling tab. In the border type, selecting solid, changing the border color to something gray, and now the border radius 20 pixels. Okay, so with that, testimonial 1 is done. Copying and pasting it, making the necessary changes. We are done with the testimonial section and now we are only left with the contact section. Adding a container, background black this time, setting the top margins to 100. Next, adjusting the padding to create some space at the top and bottom within the container. Unlinking and setting 100 pixels for both the top and bottom. Now dropping the heading widget from Xpro. The heading widget is one of the most commonly used widgets and you can see it in action here. Deleting title after. In the title before, let's in the title center work together. Onto the styling tab. First, let's change the text color for the title to be visible. In the typography, selecting man rope in the font. Size 105, no, 110. Decreasing it to 108. Weight 700. Changing the color for the title. Now I'm adding buttons that will work as social media buttons. I'm going to display 4 buttons. So adding a container. Inside the container, I need to add another container. This small container is used to hold each individual button. I added a small container so each button has its own space. Duplicating it. Currently, the containers are stacked vertically. I want them to be displayed side by side. Clicking on the main container that contains the nested containers and changing its direction to horizontal. This way, the buttons are displayed side by side. Since I need 2 more buttons, I am duplicating the current setup and pasting it here. Now dropping the free button widget by Xpro. In the text, entering dribble. Alignment center. Moving forward to the styling tab. Width to 400. In typography, selecting Roboto as font, resizing it to 20, 90, weight 400. Text color white. I know we have added social links in the header, but adding them at the end is also a good idea. In the background type, classic black. Border type solid, increasing the border thickness to 2 from all sides in the border width option, color black in the border color. Let's give the button softer edges, 30 pixels. It needs different padding, unlinking it from here, 15 to the top and 15 to the bottom. 50 to the left and 50 to the right. Now duplicating the button and pasting in other containers. Just changing the text. Paste your social account links here and the buttons will direct users to those accounts. You know what? Let's add a hover effect on them. Text color black, background color white, border color black, Let's see. Wow, awesome. Let's finish up the other side. Let's add an icon box to visually blend an icon with text, making your content both attractive and informative. In the media tab, you can choose either an image or icon. I'm going to upload an SVG. For the title, entering drop me a line. For the description, adding the email to contact. And for topnotchinnovatives.com. In the alignment setting, the right alignment looks good. Now on to the Style tab, packed with tons of styling options to customize your elements. Resizing the icon to 20/30. Background size, how about 40? Nice. Moving forward to the title section, in the font, selecting Enter. Size 20, weight 400. Text color white. For description, using the same settings as the title. Font Enter, size 20, weight 400. Changing the text color to white. The section is left with one thing only, that is the lottery by Xpro. It's an excellent way to grab users' attention and make your website stand out. By default, the source is set to media file. If you prefer to use an external URL, you can choose that option instead. I'm going with the media file option. Next, I'm uploading in JSON file. Selecting and inserting the file. Here it is. It looks great, doesn't it? The size is a bit large, so let's adjust it in the styling tab. Adjusting the width to 50 pixels. Setting the alignment to right. And with that, the contact section is all set. Now that all sections are completed, let's customize the menu. First, give each section a CSS ID. Click on the main container, go to its advanced section and enter a name in the CSS ID field. For the contact section, let's use the name contact. For the testimonial section, naming it testimonials. For the work section, using work. And for the about me section, naming it about. Next, publish the changes to update your site. Then go to your dashboard. Scroll down to Appearance and select Menus. Click on Create a new menu. Give the menu a name. Let's go with One Page Website. Here you will see the Custom Links option. Click on it. In the URL field, enter the CSS ID for the section starting with the hashtag. For example, hashtag about. In the link text field, enter the CSS ID without the hashtag such as about. Click Add to Menu. Repeat this step for each section, work, testimonials, contact. Once done, click Save Menu. Now back in the editor, click on the menu and from that menu drop down. Oh, our menu isn't showing up because we haven't refreshed the site yet. Let's do that now. Now select the menu you just created. The menu will update and you will be able to click on the links to navigate to each section. This is how you create a one-page website. And that's it. Oh, let me also link this button to the contact section by simply typing the CSS ID of the contact section. Done. Publish the changes and let's preview what we have created together. It's been worth it creating this with you all. If you like this video, then don't forget to hit the like button and subscribe to our YouTube channel for more amazing WordPress